What is up, guys? This is Orca Flop, and today I'm going to do my first race review. And today's race review is going to be on the 2018 Daytona 500. And one of the worst Daytona 500s I've ever watched of being a NASCAR fan. And so one thing I'm going to say right here, right now is Austin Dillon, man. What the hell was that? I don't know. Okay, look. I get the part. Sorry, my camera's just being a jerk. I get the part. You're on the last lap of the Daytona 500. You're trying to make a move to win the race, but I understand that, but you gotta be kidding me, dude. You don't dump people for the win. Whether you like it or not, whether you're Denny Hamlin, whether you're anybody, you don't dump people for the win in the Daytona 500 or any race. And I find it a little bit distasteful how some people are actually okay with it. Daidu 188, for example, he was absolutely fine with Austin Dillon dumping Almirola for the win. It's just complete absurd and uncool for Austin Dillon to dump Eric Almirola for the Daytona 500 win. And the 3 goes back to victory lane. Austin Dillon gets his second career win. And it happens to be the Daytona 500. So, Austin Dillon, apparently he has to dump people to win races other than winning on fuel mileage. So, that's Austin Dillon. So, I don't have control over that. So, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Just because that's what a lot of what people want to talk about. So, fuck Austin Dillon, and that is that. And now let's go to stage 1. So let's go to the beginning laps. The beginning laps were all right. It was peaceful. No one was too crazy through the beginning of the race, and it remained kind of unbiased. And it was actually a pretty good beginning of the race. People racing hard, not wrecking each other. But then it came to the end. Hold on, low battery. It came towards the end of stage 1 where things got a little bit dicey. Now, at the end of stage 1, Ryan Blaney was trying to pass Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the low side, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. went to throw in a block, got loose, and saved it. And then Eric Jones, I don't understand why people are blaming Stenhouse for the wreck and not Eric Jones. Eric Jones doesn't belong in the 20 car, and Eric Jones is garbage. We've seen this time and time again with Eric Jones. Overcorrecting it, wrecking the whole field. Remember Kansas last year, during the playoff race. He got loose, overcorrected, almost flipped over, and took out the whole field. Same instance here, especially with the duels. He couldn't save the race car, spun out, and, caused a wreck in the duel number 2. And now in the Daytona 500, Ricky Stenhouse is a wheelman, makes a save, and then Eric Jones can't, stop his car from getting loose, all while overcorrecting, and boom. The first big one happens, taking out several good cars. Daniel Suarez. William Byron, he didn't really compete at the end, so I counted as taking him out. Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Larson and others. Absolutely uncalled for. Eric Jones sucks. I don't know why he is in the 20 car. Absolute bullshit move by Eric Jones. I mean, if Stenhouse can do it, anybody can. So, he drives for Roush, and he knows how to wheel a car better than Eric. Stenhouse drives for Roush, and he knows how to wheel a car better than Eric Jones. So, I don't know why what Gibbs sees in Eric Jones, but he's obviously a retard that has been off his meds. So, fuck you, Eric Jones. I don't like Eric Jones. Clearly I'm showing it right now. So, that's that. Now let's skip forward to stage 2. And Kurt Busch ended up winning the stage with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishing second. And I think Blaney third. So, yeah, Kurt Busch won stage 1, got some points. Let's skip forward to the end of Stage 2. Like I said, Stage 2 was about the same. It was kind of train pack racing. It remained calm for most part. And then at the end of Stage 2, Chase Elliott was behind Ryan Blaney, and then Keselowski was behind Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott was going to the inside, as well as Brad Keselowski. And Ryan Blaney went to throw for a block, and Brad Keselowski did not lift, took out Chase Elliott as well as him and Harvick. And then Chase Elliott collected others, like Danica Patrick. Wow. Danica. Round of applause for the number 7 GoDaddy car. What a way to end your NASCAR career like you've been doing for 6 years. Wrecking, crashing. And you know what? I played a game today along with my friends to say, which wall will Danica hit in the Daytona 500 today? Because that's how her career has been for 6 years with Stewart-Haas Racing equipment. So, congrats, Danica. You ended off your career with a bang, and I mean a bang literally into the side of Chase Elliott's car. So, yeah, congrats, Danica. You wrecked out of the race, just as I thought and like everyone else thought. So, great career. Hopefully Natalie Decker and Jennifer Jo Cobb, other female drivers, will prove that, female power is a thing and that you're just not a fluke. So yeah, that big one happened. Sucks for Chase Elliott, Casey Kane, Harvick, Brad, all good cars that got collected in that mess. So, yeah, and Stage 2 ended up with Ryan Blaney winning the stage. I forgot the other results, but Blaney won Stage 2, so, and then, after Stage 2 was quite literally 70 to 80 laps of train racing. So, what's new there? The only thing that stopped it really was green flag pit stops, and Logano got caught with a penalty, and the jack wouldn't lift and stuff like that. Logano got caught with a penalty, went a lap down, and the strategy between Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Trevor Bayne, and the others was very different. They went in earlier than Blaney and the rest of the pack did. So, and then William Byron spun out, getting out of turn 4, and that changed everything. And of course, me being a Martin Truex Jr. fan, I thought maybe this would be better, and that he might have a chance to get a good restart and overpower Ryan Blaney. But he said over radio communications that he didn't have the speed that Ryan Blaney did. So on the restart, Kurt Busch gives Ryan Blaney a huge shove, goes straight to the lead. Alex Bowman doesn't push Truex, and once again, Truex chokes a Daytona 500 with no speed at plate tracks. So that's wonderful. Ford power, am I right? So that's also a thing. And then a big wreck happened in which Blaney got into Kurt Busch a little bit. Ended Truex's day because Truex couldn't avoid Matt DiBenedetto and got his nose destroyed. So, and then that big one happened with Kurt Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Matt DiBenedetto, Alex Bowman, Ryan Newman, etc. And Truex got in it, of course, and that his day was over. So, great Daytona 500 choke and wreck for Martin Truex Jr. He lost to Denny Hamlin in 2016 with that exact paint scheme in a photo finish. Then 2017, you choked it away by going out of the pack. And then this year, you get caught up in the big one. So, hopefully he'll win it one day, but, you never know. So, yeah, that happened. And then we fast forward to the last restart of the race where it was between Eric Almirola, Austin Dillon, and Denny Hamlin. Eric Almirola leads at NASCAR overtime, takes the white flag, going down the backstretch. It looks like Eric Almirola might put the 10 car in victory lane and giving Danica a slap in the face of how her career was for 6 years, and proving that the 10 car can be won by a talented driver. No. Austin Dillon is in the 3 car. It's been 20 years since Dale Earnhardt won the 1998 Daytona 500. So Austin Dillon felt the need to recreate history in 20 years by dumping Eric Almirola, crashing him into the outside wall, and winning the Daytona 500 for Rich Kid Racing, quote to NASCAR Racing Fan 2015. RCR gets a Daytona 500 win. Austin Dillon gets his second career win in a dirty fashion by winning the Daytona 500. Eric Almirola, like he said in his interview, was heartbroken. I hope Eric Almirola has more success this season. I know it's hard because he's in Ford, and Ford will not be strong this season, I can already tell. So, yeah, so good luck to Eric Almirola for the rest of the season. That really sucked. I wish he could have won. Actually, he was on my fantasy, and I could have won $5,000, but that's too hard to ask. That's too much to ask for. But, so hopefully Eric Almirola can get a win this season and make up for the Daytona 500. And Austin Dillon is in the playoffs. Go screw yourself. That was the worst move I've ever seen for a finish in the Daytona 500. And, of course, the Hillbilly Rednecks that's been here since the beginning. Oh, my God, the 3-car one. It's a Chevy. Woohoo! You know, yeah, great for them. But just could have been a better race, maybe. If Austin Dillon just passed him or at most move him out of the way, at least, not wreck him. But, you know, Austin Dillon sucks. He's a spoiled rich brat that got into his ride with money. So, yeah, I guess the only other way Austin Dillon can win a race, other than fuel mileage, is putting people in the wall. So, yeah, that's a thing. And then at the end, Denny Hamlin put Bubba Wallace straight into the wall. So, seems like Hamlin can't really end his streak of being an asshole either. So, Bubba got second out of that, and Hamlin got third. But great run for Bubba Wallace, man. For our Richard Petty Motorsports Equipment, Bubba did amazing today. And I hope he has more success throughout the year because he's a very good driver. I like Bubba. So, I mean, he's not my favorite, obviously, MTJ. But, you know, I hope he has success through this season. So, yeah, congrats, Austin Dillon, on winning the 60th Annual Daytona 500. In the most distasteful way I've ever could imagine. But, yeah, congrats, Austin. That was the Daytona 500 race review. So, I'm going to have more of these coming up. Tell me what I need to do a better job on and what I do not. That's it for today. And if there's no intro or outro, that's because I'm not going to be doing that anymore because I think intros are cheesy. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Let's go to Atlanta. Bye.